Tonight, the Eastern Florida State College men's soccer team will host #1 Monroe College, the defending national champs, in a matchup of top 10 teams in the nation. Live from Orlando Health Stadium on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Mustangs and the Titans next. It is a soccer night on the Space Coast. Eastern Florida State College, 8-1, #7 in the country, hosting #1 Monroe College Mustangs. Good to have you here on WEFS. I'm Jeff Radcliffe alongside Ryan Moon from Florida Tech, and boy, we have got a big one brewing tonight. Can't beat a top 10 matchup.
Absolutely. It's the weather's perfect. The atmosphere around the stadium and the field is brimming. And field's perfect, so we should be in for a special one tonight.
Mustangs played on this field a few nights back, got a 1-1 draw against Daytona State College. So a second time in 4 nights getting to play on this field, the field where they won the national championship a year ago. And a player to watch tonight for them as they rotate the squad, Gunha Lee, a player with 2 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, he's going to be a goal threat for the Mustangs going forward. Got the lone goal of the night the other night against Daytona. Knows where the goal is. He's going to be someone that the Titans need to keep their eye on tonight.
Yeah, and they will rotate the squad a lot. A lot of subs will come in and out, try to keep track for you as the game goes on. For Eastern Florida, George Wyatt, the guy going to be tasked with watching all these fabulous attacking players.
Yeah, what a battle. I mean, we're going to see Gunha Lee up against George Wyatt, and you know he's a leader, an organizer, a composed head at the back there. So he'll be a big influence for Eastern Florida tonight, especially in in such a key matchup like this one.
Look at the starting lineups. Monroe College, the visitors on the right, 6 Japanese internationals on this Mustangs roster in what will be a 3-2-2-3 formation. Thallinger will be the center back in that formation. The 2 number 6s are Labato and Otaka. The attacking mids, Aida and Yamamoto. Gunha Lee and Tanaka will be up top of the formation. And Eastern Florida will be the very familiar 4-3-3. The keeper tonight, Kodai Suzuki. Wyatt will be paired with Lovelock in the middle. Thomas and Morioka on the outside. In the midfield, Steinleitner, Georges, and Amancio. And Isaac Tarassian, Daniela Verderossi with his 7 goals and 7 assists will pair up with Jack Nelson. A very formidable attacking trio for Eastern Florida as well. It's going to be a cracking night for sure.
It's going to be great. I mean, we're going to see 2 very different formations going up against each other tonight, and both have their strengths and weaknesses. So it'll be interesting to see how each team can counter that and who can get the best out of it.
Here are referees, Sam Gillespie, Russell Miller, and Camille Soroka. And there's our head coach now in his 16th season, 175 victories. Marcus DiBernardo. Had a nice conversation with him ahead of the game. Guy has forgotten a lot of soccer, at least more, has forgotten more than I've ever known. So really has his program spinning like a top right now.
Yeah, he's a very passionate guy, and like you said, just knows so much about the game. He's been around the block for a long time now, and he's got really good philosophies and tries to play a really attractive style of soccer. So really excited to watch him play tonight.
2 national championships to his kids and his credit and his coaching staff. And good classic looking uniform combination there, the blue and gold hoops. Eastern Florida will be in the home whites, attacking right to left. Coached now by Adam Butler, now in his 2nd season. He's got this program starting to hum. Starting to rack up some wins as they look ahead to those matchups later in the season against Daytona State, a team they've already beaten once on the road. But this one can really move you up the rankings if you can get a result here tonight.
Absolutely. There'll be a lot of people watching for the score of this one
tonight,
and it will set the tone moving forward for the rest of the season.
There's Adam there, the native of London. He's the head coach at Coastal Bend College. Eastern Florida actually played Coastal Bend earlier this season. They were ranked 19th at the time, beat them 2-0 against his old squad. So takes time to build a program, but he's off to the right start here.
Yeah, I mean, he puts the pieces in the right places. He's very thoughtful in his approach. Very caring coach as well, you know, gets on well with his players, has a lot of time for them from a management perspective. So obviously someone that the players really want to play for. But yeah, he's building something special here at Eastern Florida, and it's been great to see over the last couple of years.
Happy to have you wherever you happen to be around this country and watching NJCAA soccer, two of the best in the nation tonight. And as you mentioned, Ryan, a lot of eyes watching this either live or on replay to see what's ahead at the national level when we get there this year.
Yeah, and I think, you know, there's obviously going to be other teams watching, the competitors and teams that they might face, but also just a lot of fans, you know, obviously watching a great matchup. But on the other side as well, there's going to be a lot of, you know, college coaches watching for what the next move might be for some of these players. And, you know, they're obviously putting on a performance tonight to try and earn their next move as they move on from the junior college route. And so I'm sure there'll be a lot of eyes from college coaches on this game tonight as well.
Referees making sure everything is in order with the nets. And of course, if you're a player, you're like, okay, I just want to get the first kick done in anger. So now a little bit of re-warming up. Well, just staying still, especially for that age group, is very difficult sometimes. You don't want to make them wait.
Yeah.
They're ready to explode.
I think as well, it just depends on the player. Some might just be happy kind of standing and just waiting.
Right.
And some might, you know, be a bit of nervous energy that they want to get out and shift the ball around a little bit and get some touches.
So I already mentioned Monroe got a 1-1 result against Daytona State here on Thursday night, in a game that certainly in talking with people had its moments for each side, fairly even. But from what Mike Parsons told me, who was here scoring it, said Monroe looked incredibly dangerous the entire night.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be a tough turnaround for them. Obviously, with just a couple of days rest in between, being on the road and, you know, eating out every meal and being in a different setting in the hotel, and it's going to be you know, interesting how they come out today. They're going to have to really not just physically but also mentally, how they can prepare themselves to come out firing tonight.
Rotating the squad and then some. I believe like 8 new starters in the lineup here tonight, 8 or 9. Just
goes to show the quality they have up there,
yeah.
the depth in their squad.
All of those other players he told us will play tonight. We'll see them in the second half, and what a luxury to have depth like that.
Absolutely.
You got 2 reigning All-Americans on the bench tonight, or at least starting there.
Nice
They're not
to be able to
benched.
bring on.
That's got a bad connotation.
Yeah, it sounded like they played a lot the other night, so they're probably very physically drained right now, and having that depth to be able to have players like that on the, you know, come off the bench and bring that quality when you start to rotate is a big plus for them.
Panache Makakoe. Taka plays it back to center. This is Lobato in that 6 role. You'll see that double pivot in the middle, and it'll be Eastern Florida ball after it goes into touch. Ryuta Moriaka is the right back. And back to Suzuki, and Titans will reset here. When you're in a game that has this kind of magnitude, is there a sense, Ryan, where you want to just kind of let the game come to you a little bit and kind of figure it out?
Yeah, I think,
and not make a mistake,
especially early in the game.
That.
Yeah, early in the game, there's going to be a focus on playing in the right areas. You know, not taking too many risks in your half. Just trying to feel the game out, because it's going to be 100 miles an hour. Emotions are going to be high.
Right.
It usually takes a little bit of time to settle in and kind of get up to speed with the game.
Against a team whose calling card is pressing and counter-pressing constantly with no let up.
Yeah, and I mean, Eastern Florida will be happy they're playing at home. Obviously, it's a big field here, so they'll be hoping to make Monroe work, and especially in the pressing side of things, they'll be looking to use every inch of this field to make them work.
Go second balls, win it, and again.
Ryan Thomas is going to be busy.
Sell.
Throw will stay with the Mustangs.
Right, my toes, left shoulder. Right now, right. This right shoulder.
To Alejandro Silvestrini, and turned over in the center of the park. Checking the surroundings, crossing halfway. Here come the Titans. And disrupted that quickly. Tarassian tried to take it, hold it up and turn. There's Nelson. Just his second start of the season tonight after leading this team with 12 goals a year ago.
Someone we watched a lot last year, and we saw the damage he's able to do, so I'm sure he'll be reveling at the start tonight and what he can bring to the table.
Starting to put it all together off the field as well, which is important. And that one skims a little too far for Vetterossi. 7 goals, 7 assists for the native of Rome and transfer from Indian Hills Community College. First team All-American. Not bad when you can bring in an All-American as a transfer.
Absolutely, big plus to have that experience.
Yeah. Adam Butler did just that. It has paid off.
I think it's an important piece when you're kind of rebuilding a program, is get that youth and the freshness in terms of, you know, building over a couple of years, but then bringing in some experienced heads as well that are able to come in right away, and they know the level, they know how the conferences work, the regions, the national format. It just helps to kind of manage games and something to have those players that have been through it, and then obviously that have done well and been All-American. That's an extra little bonus there too.
Titans concede the free kick here. Sent on that back stick. White and Lovelock will usually lock those down. That one on goal, so just off target there, but a decent chance here in the early going for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it was closer than it looked. I think it was, you know, just inches wide.
Lobato was the one that did that, the native of Sao Paulo.
It's just what you want in the first 5 minutes, being able to put the ball in the box from a free kick there. And then Monroe just doing well to put it back into the danger area.
How often is it? It's not a free kick, it's the second chance at it after the free kick that you got to worry about.
Absolutely. And they did so well just to loop it back into that area, just to ask the question.
About that turn, Vetterossi running into the area, big tackle there, pumps him up. Boy, Lobato came in and got it right.
Needed to time it well. I think he was just creeping into the box there and had to be inch perfect that tackle, and he ended up getting the clip off Vetterossi as well to win his team a throw-in.
Sophomore out of Fortaleza. Moves it to halfway. Center of the park was Amancio that got his first head to it, but they can't get a second ball. Mustangs initiate the switch over to Bastos. Issei Aida. Tried to sneak in there, Amancio now putting pressure on his Steinleitner, the big German. Attack the outsides. 6th minute, no score. 7th minute, no score. Titans looking to counter themselves and will earn the throw-in.
Yeah, great little flick on there to himself by Nelson. Just rose so early, up like a salmon. Able to flick it on and get on the end of it, and almost snuck in behind there.
Climbing the fish ladder. Hopefully not into the mouth of a bear. Suzuki, keeper spot, making his 8th start, has 3 shutouts coming into tonight. Goals against average of .95. Yamasaki on the other side making his 7th start. They've got 2 keepers that start regularly. It's a good problem to have. Some people call that an embarrassment of riches when you've got 2 deep at every position.
Yeah. I mean,
Keeping everybody happy would be the issue.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to have team-orientated people, you know, that are thinking team first and pushing the person in front of them, you know, to create that healthy competition. Obviously, everyone wants to play, so you don't expect people to be happy if they're not playing, but at least understanding that the team comes first.
When you win a national title, that will settle all that selfishness down.
For sure.
That one squared into the box, dealt with by Makakoe. Now Silvestrini makes a nice turn in the center of the park. From the Mustangs crossing halfway, will hold up. We'll settle it down as Eastern Florida found its defensive shape rather quickly.
Yeah, nice just change of pace there by Monroe. They countered very well, got into a good area, just saw that nothing was on at the time and made a good decision to come out and keep the ball and look to build again.
Silvestrini forced that one in there. I have to think Eastern Florida has the advantage in the air for crossed balls just because of the size of Wyatt and Lovelock.
I think here you can just see that the counter press from Monroe straight away putting him under pressure.
Haida got in behind there and caused a foul. There'll be no easy moments tonight for either team.
It'll be battle all night, I think. Important early on to win those 50-50s and go into those tackles to show that you're here to play.
Yep, there's a tackle, but foul committed in the process by Tarassian, the Australian.
And even in the first 10 minutes, we've seen how technical Monroe are. I think there's going to be a few little fouls like that throughout the game, just from the technical brilliance of some of these players on both sides of the field.
You say from watching them, Eastern Florida has more of a propensity to play a little bit more direct, but they do want to keep the ball on the floor. But they have players who can, like Betterossi and Nelson.
You've got a couple of individuals that can win a game.
Yes.
I think it's important to have that balance where you can go long if you need to, or you can play short and play out of tight areas and, you know, keep the opposition on their toes.
Well, that's one way to clear it. Let's get ready to reset. It's actually off of. Nope. Everybody had to retreat.
Look at the second line, second line! Second line, good!
Steinleitner. This player's nipping at his heels, and Tanaka. Boy, got there early for sure. That will be a foul and a free kick Eastern Florida's way. This is Gunha Lee defending from the front.
Yeah, it was a bit of a forwards tackle, a little bit mistimed.
Right, a little sloppy. What can I do? Wait a split second longer. Part of it's just sending a message, right? You just sending a message that we're going to be here.
Yeah, early on in the game and let them know it's going to be a tough night.
Terrell Lowe comes all the way through the box, coming out quickly. Basket catch for Yamasaki. Got by Thomas to come out, win that. There's Wyatt. Wyatt's had some professional level experience to draw upon here in this past calendar year with Lionsbridge FC and Virginia, the USL2 side. They made the final this year, lost 2-1 to Ballard FC. It's still good experience for a player at this level to play at USL2 and take it all the way to the final.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not an easy thing to do, and some really good teams out there. So to be a big part of that team that got to the final, it's definitely saying something.
Steinleiter settles things down, switch open if they go for it. On that right side, Morioka. Rossi heads it back into the center. He was offside.
It just creeped a little too early.
Amancio, a nice delivery on that.
He'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Usually when you're out wide, you can see all the way along the line. So it's, you know, should be checking that, just switching from ball to your shape each time and making sure that you stay on side.
Aida. Continues his run, now tries to chip it over. Lovelock, didn't work. Another foul. All right, now we're gonna stop the clock, 31-24. Must be a talking to, or is this an injury?
I think maybe a little bit of both. Probably just a little calm down. There's been a few
Okay,
chippy fouls early on.
that was, okay, that's it. Next time it's persistent infringement, because he's got a couple fouls like that.
And I think, again, it comes down to a little bit of the counter press, and, you know, when you're in that mindset to press high up the field when you lose it, it is about trying to win it back and not letting them out. And, you know, when you play that way, just naturally you're going to give away a few fouls, but they're in the right area of the field.
Time. Go inside.
Rossi immediately given back. Rossi puts the press on. And didn't get the weight right on that one.
Danny, that's the right idea though.
Almost a quarter hour gone, no score. Two teams that really know how to score a lot of goals. 32 of them this year from Monroe against just 2 goals allowed. They've had 14 different goal scorers. And Eastern Florida's had a couple of crooked numbers that they put up against some weaker competition, but 45 goals scored, 9 allowed. 16 different goal scorers.
Spreading the wealth.
Right. Got a goal differential of plus 36. God. It's top of the table stuff.
Must be running out of celebrations today.
Yeah, I know. And had a 17-1 decision earlier this season against the University of Fort Lauderdale. Take that out, it kind of comes back to a little bit more manageable number. Coming off a 7-2 victory against Lakeland. What do we have here?
Maybe just is that Gunhar Lee there getting a yellow card, I think? Not sure what it was for. Great strong tackle there by George Wyatt. That's what you want from your centre-back. Not giving any time on the halfway line. Coming in strong. Just brings confidence to the players in front of you that you've got support behind you.
Work the edges of this big pitch. Ooh! Do your ab exercises there, Coach.
He'll be disappointed he
I'm
didn't
sure
bring
he
that down.
does.
He'll be disappointed he didn't bring that down.
Oh no, you're kind of protecting body parts at that point. Oy. Foul conceded. At close range, though. No, thank you. Free kick, a good 45, 50 from goal here.
Tell Adam Butler there has done his homework, recognising that they might be looking to play short, organising his players into a good shape to protect from the short one, but also make sure that they're covered for that longer ball into the box too.
Tanaka got his head to it. Now he's giving chase. Near side. Boy, neither team's going to have a lot of time on the ball. Back to the keeper.
Longer.
Microphone's picking up the chatter. Go along with it. Don't play around. Lee steps over once, twice. Continues his run. Slowed up just enough. Go away.
Time. Bezos, good.
Wyatt. The touch it goes. Now we've got some changes here. Or maybe not. See anybody enter?
Yeah, I think Aruda coming in for Gunhar Lee, I think.
Oh, I got a handful of jersey on that one, but not seen. It was on the other side from the keeper's view. Watch this. And yeah, can't see there. Let go before I get around the other side.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of that tonight.
There's an art form to doing that, right?
A lot of good
without
individual
detection.
battles and using your arms as much as your legs.
Here's Nelson. 50 comes clear all the way back out to Aida.
Smart play there by Aruda, just baiting, drawing in the pressure and then taking the contact for the foul. He was in a little bit of a tight situation there, not a lot to get out of it. Won his team a free kick to relax and build their shape again.
Nicely brought down by the native of San Juan, Silvestrini. The team really have been able to produce a final ball yet. Off his line, scooping it up, Suzuki. Rossi coming deeper and deeper to get in on the action. Thomas. Tug of the jersey. There to Rossi. Nice touch. Head to Nelson, corner of the area. Puts it to the back stick, dealt with. Still work to do. An undercut there, no foul. Taco has been warned already for being a little too physical. Tanaka, nope.
Great defending there. Just getting his body in between the player and the ball. Strong to win it back.
Turning is Yamamoto. Number 7 for the Mustangs, 2 goals in the last 3 games. Co-team leader with 5, with Aruda and Torgeman, who we haven't seen yet.
We were just able to see there, the first time Eastern Florida were able to get some support around Nelson up top, where he was not so isolated and he was able to bring other players into the game, and I think that's going to be key to Eastern Florida tonight. We've seen a lot of times he's up there 1v2, 1v3. Eastern Florida will want to get support underneath and around him so that he can help hold the ball up or win flick-ons.
One of the more underrated aspects of Jack Nelson's game is the hold-up play. Squared, trying to have a go to the far post. Not sure if Suzuki got a hand to it. Looks like he did. Yep, corner kick. There's where you got to be careful.
Yeah, looked like the deflection helped it a little bit. Just take some of the pace out of it. Still looked like it was Suzuki just making sure. I think he had it covered in the end.
All players check in per side here. There's some coaches that are wary of doing a substitution on a corner kick.
Yeah,
it might kind of mess things up for you if you've got a certain thing planned, but
especially on the defensive side. Just break that rhythm and make a change, and someone fresh coming right in as the defender, crossing the box right away.
Work to do for the Titans. Rossi gets shoved down in his own box.
Clever play by Verda Rossi. Again, just to bait the foul, get his team out of trouble there. Again, you can see that counter-pressing mentality from Monroe, that, you know, they're either trying to win the ball or there's a little foul, but Eastern Florida aren't having a lot of success in building out when they win the ball and able to counter-attack, which is what Monroe are obviously trying to stop. So far, it's working.
Titans cross halfway. And we'll stop the clock here. I think yellow is coming out.
It looked like the ref just wanted to let that one play out, see what if it led to anything. Advantage for Eastern Florida. When it didn't come to anything, they pulled it back, rightly so.
And yeah, I believe it was
a tad late.
Lee that got put into the book here. Over the ball, generally take all the free kicks on the left peg. When he delivers this, it's like a freight train coming through. What's he doing there?
I can't say.
Is this a training ground? Viamoncio tries to keep it on the ground. Read well.
Yeah, it looked like it was something off the training ground. Didn't quite come off this time.
Oh, too far out in front. The race is on to the into touch it goes. Deep throw coming for the Mustangs here. No score, under 20 to go, first half. First of 2 men's soccer games here this season on WEFS. Got the big one against Daytona State coming up your way on the 21st of this month. Team that the Titans were able to beat on the road 3-2 earlier this season. Yep. That'll be an easy free kick call. Good about giving the fouls and good at picking them up too.
Yep. That technical ability. Change of pace, draw them in, go. Bait that foul.
Man on.
Mystery. Peeks his way out of it, fights off one tackle, and then runs into a brick wall. Ah. Nope, moves over the line. Hold the ball.
Back in shape, Jack. Good. Right on your toes. Good. Go on. Good.
Press being put on by Eastern Florida. Go far side this time. Off and running, Ali. Running with him is Tanaka. On the back stick, tries to head it on frame. Some folks in that dugout thought that went in.
Absolutely brilliant by Gunhar Lee there. I mean, his movement is just sensational. He checks into feet, spins, hard run into the channel. They were able to find him down deep in there, and what a fantastic ball to the back post that was. Put it on a plate.
Just missed on the flick. Silvestrini turns. Will be switched by Otaka. Georges. Space and lifting it in direct fashion. Verderossi has a step in the box, and it is a penalty.
A fantastic ball. And Verderossi brought it down. What a touch to drive inside the box and get himself in front there.
How big is that decision here? What do you see?
That first touch into space, cut across him.
Yeah.
Little bit clumsy there from Monroe, just to bring him down from Makakawi. But great from Verderossi, just to get his body in between, cut across him, and then you're asking questions at that point.
Daniela will do the honors here, sitting on 7 goals this season.
Just needs to compose himself a little bit, obviously just from getting fouled. A few deep breaths.
Approaches and scores, and the Titans have a 1-0 lead here, 16 minutes to play in the first half. Team leading 8th goal of the season for Daniela Verderossi.
That's all it takes. It's just one moment, one great diagonal ball to break open the back three there. Verderossi making it happen, driving into the box and then tucking away the penalty. There's absolutely no doubts in that finish. Opened it up. Yanasaki went the right way, but it was just too tidy of a penalty to get anywhere near it.
First goal of the season conceded by Yamasaki, by the way, just third all season by the Mustangs.
He gave a good go. See, read it, went the right way, but good pace on the ball, kept it low.
Tough to stop.
Verderossi's done that before.
So your transfer from Indian Hill Community College in Ottumwa, Iowa. First team All-American a year ago there. Adam Butler able to convince him to come to Eastern Florida. He's paying dividends. If there's any good Italian to model his game off of Francesco Totti. Not a bad one to emulate.
Yeah, I'm not sure who played that diagonal ball for the goal either. Could have been George's. Just see, they were looking for it. You know, with Monroe playing a back three, you can tell Verderossi was kind of hanging off the back shoulder there, trying to work that space. And I mean, the ball was inch perfect. Dropped over the head, landed at Verderossi's feet. Still a lot to do once he got the ball at his feet, but really helps when you can hit a pass that well.
Mustangs chasing on a 1-0 game. But a quarter hour to go in this first half. Rossi. Oh, it's a handful. Georges playing catch with him. Center, Steinleitner. Now Lovelock. Use of the width of the field here for Eastern Florida. Pushed off the ball, no harm, no foul there.
Great composure. The edge of his 18-yard box, 1-0 down. Beating two players and calmly passing it to his centre back.
No panic. Yamamoto draws the foul. Dallinger measures it and gives it away. Moncio read it, stepped in. Steinleitner on the diagonal here. Verderossi on that left. Has the overlap if he wants it. That's where he goes. Moncio crosses away. Overcooked it a bit. Will yield the throw in for Eastern Florida on the other side, though. And another look at the penalty taken by Verderossi.
Just a great bit of technique. Yamasaki makes it difficult for him.
Guessed
See
right.
his frustration because he got close, but great technique, great pace on the ball.
You have pace and you place it, almost impossible to stop. It's having the confidence to go there, right?
Yeah, composing yourself. It's obviously a big moment and a big game. Looked like he'd been in that situation before. Didn't look stressed in the slightest.
One-0 to the good for 7th-ranked Eastern Florida, 8-1 on the season. Lone loss came against LSU Eunice. Currently ranked 4th, at least in the last poll I looked at. Suzuki.
Hold it.
on him a bit, grabbing jersey, trying to exchange ahead of halftime. And we're going to stop the clock, 11:41. Settle this down, referee Sam Gillespie. Word with McCoy, native of Litchfield, England.
Ref, yards, please. Open up.
And immediately the press comes.
I think we can see the night that Macacaui's got up against Verderossi tonight. It's going to be a constant battle all night long between those two.
Of course, you can bring an All-American and Shotaro King to replace him, to give him a rest. Rossi did a nice job just to keep that in, or did he? Did not. Kisa Emanuel in the match now for the Titans. And now we say Tiago Perez.
Danny, go side. Actually, stay there, Dan. Right. Follow him.
Manuel from Uganda. Uganda, 4 goals, 5 assists, an attacking player. Perez from Boca Raton Spanish River High School. And immediately, Manuel on the move. And it puts the Titans in an advantageous spot here again as we tick closer to 10 minutes to go.
Right away there, you can see the pace and mobility of Emmanuel coming on, making a great run into the channel there, winning his team a corner. Sure, he'll be looking to get on the end of it now.
Verderossi take the lion's share of the free kicks on the right side for Adam Butler. Has a goal, see if he can get an assist here. Falls in the box, foul committed by Eastern Florida.
Yeah, decent delivery. I mean, that's what Eastern Florida will want with their size, is to get a good floated ball into the box, give their big centre-backs a chance to attack the ball. I'm sure both centre-backs would love a goal in a game like this.
Yeah. No, it's always a bonus. Bonus if you're getting them from centre-backs. There's another look here, Ryan.
Yeah, it just looked like they're targeting that back post and just got above him a little bit.
So, Coach, do you like the delivery right on the 6, or do you like a little further back towards the penalty spot?
I think it depends on the personnel that we have in the box. If it's someone that we know is going to attack the ball well, we'll float one up and kind of put it around the edge of the 6 to the penalty spot and let them have a run at it. If it's someone who, you know, more of a likes to flick it or glance it, then it might be more of a lower driven ball. And always testing the goalkeeper over there.
Yeah, you want to make the goalkeeper think, right? And have him make a decision.
Yeah, it's never a poor ball to put it right on top of the keeper every now and then and
right.
test if they're going to come and claim it or not.
That split second of hesitation is what can usually yield the goal.
Yeah. Especially if you can put bodies in there around the keeper and make it difficult for them. It's always hard to come through traffic and claim it.
Header. Tanaka. Turned over, Eastern Florida. Amancio couldn't quite keep it. Couldn't stick to his left boot. Otaka. Now the turn from the number 10, Arruda. Santos, Brazil. Doesn't keep it very long. Waiting on it. Silvestrini. Oy, studs up. Had to pull up. Titans on the move again and lurking. Perez is getting into an attacking posture there as well. So that forward 3 for right now is Perez, Emmanuel and Verderasi. Just enough, just a tiny piece. Stops the clock at 7. It'll be the first booking of the match for an Eastern Florida player.
Clever play by Aruda, driving by, broke the
Perez.
line, driving with it, and just again cut in front of him, similar to what we saw on the penalty just before with Verderasi. Just cut in front.
Well, not much in it, but enough. Came from behind, that's why.
Behind, and just stopped the, you know, a promising attack where they've broken the line and going through. So there's a little bit of a tactical aspect to the card as well, I think.
First yellow of the season on Thiago. Into the corner. Referee didn't see anything in that. Emmanuel hit the deck. He's going to plead his case.
Yeah, I think there was a
You
couple.
you don't want to commit one here.
One in the corner for Monroe, and then one right away for Eastern Florida, and showed a bit of consistency, waving both of them off.
As a coach, you like to see that.
Yeah, that's all we want. Unless it goes the other way in your
Right.
favor.
Yeah, I know. It's a very crucial moment. All right, there's a change here for the Mustangs, and back on now is our player to watch, and Gunha Lee coming on with some instructions.
Player to watch and hard to miss as well.
Right.
That haircut.
That's a good thing or a bad thing. If you're a defender, that one just off target to the left. Will do it again. It came off of an Eastern Florida player. Had some stank on it too.
Yeah, great strike. Just entering this last 5 minutes now, key moment of the game. Monroe just putting a little bit of pressure on. Titans are going to need to hold on here. Looking to get to half, score the same.
Again, in-swinger with a lot of pace. Titans push out. Coming up on the 5-minute mark of this first half, up a goal to 0. Lee. Oh, good. 1-2. Back to Lee. Crosses away with the right foot. Verderasi settles, tries to turn. And it will be a deep throw upcoming for Eastern Florida.
Gunha Lee is just so dangerous once he gets the ball settled at his feet. Once he can bring that ball down, if you're not tight enough to force him to pass it back right away, and he can stand you up 1v1, his movement with his body and his trickery and how dynamic he is, just so dangerous. And then he whips a great ball in, both sides now.
Native of South Korea, and had the goal against Daytona State on this field Thursday night. Nakakoe. Right, good throw. In behind for goal kick. Change for Eastern Florida coming.
Eastern Florida done a great job so far talking and organising. You can hear them on the microphones, how loud they are, and I think that just helps bring some structure to the team, and they'll be looking for that. That'll be important now, being a goal up. They'll be hoping to keep that clean sheet, so the defensive structure and organisation will be really important for them
Just
forward
got
in
to
this
look.
game.
Just got to look at Will Mendoza coming on for the first time, making his 9th appearance from Auckland, New Zealand. It's a long way to Florida when you're a Kiwi.
For sure.
What an addition, though, the freshman.
Too
He's
late.
had 5 assists, so very unselfish player that gets everybody else involved. Switched from Wyatt to Lovelock. With Lee giving chase. Let's make him run the legs out a little bit. Seeing anything different on how Mustangs are approaching their press now?
I think they're just fading a little bit as it gets towards the end of the first half. Just getting a little tired. I don't think they'll be sad to see half-time as well, where they can get in and have a little bit of a regroup, see where they're at. I mean, they're going to be looking, you know, they're going to be thinking if they're a little bit tired from a couple of nights ago where they had the tough game and being on the road, and how they manage the second half will be important, because they're going to need to come out with some energy and, you know, get themselves back in this game.
Tackle goes into touch. Retreating from halfway. Silvestrini, those long legs, getting a cross away and just whipping that out of there. Federasi dodges one challenge, gets it away to center. Continues his run to try to take it a second time. Followed up the bad pass. Taka. Turning his Arruda. Back heel. Go for an easier foul there. No. Nothing in it. Waved off. 1 minute remains in this first half.
Very little bit of build up there by Monroe. Still just calm and patient on the ball, even with the stage of the game. Just looking to work those opportunities, and they've done a good job with breaking Eastern Florida down. Just haven't quite had that final touch.
50-50. Emmanuel. The diagonal for Amancio here on this left side. Pedro will get it to the corner of the 18, just past the outstretched foot of Will Mendoza. Out to 10 seconds. Safely back to Kodai Suzuki. And he will just keep it. And the Titans see it to halftime with a 1-0 lead. The penalty kick goal from Daniela Federasi. The difference right now, halftime in Melbourne. Titans 1, Mustangs 0. See you back here on WEFS shortly.
Talk about the freshman class. It's a very talented class coming in, and you guys are kind of making your way.
Definitely. I mean, all the freshmen here, although it's new to everybody, everyone has the same mindset. You know, we have big shoes to fill from last season where all of the team was working and they've set high standards. So we know what we need to do, and now we're just finding new ways to execute. And I mean, all these freshmen here, they're working hard. There's people, like Libby's out now, but Libby, she can put the ball down. Like, she can shut it down. She can make the crowd go silent. And I mean, to Alana's setting, you know, she's getting some great touches, move on the ball. Sarah, she's diving everywhere, so flexible. Like, she'll be halfway across the court and be like, wow, like Sarah's there. Mariana coming in from Brazil, changing positions. I mean, she's executing perfectly. She's being able to play different positions all over. And then Bobby, of course, Bobby knows how to put the ball down. So it's just really good knowing that all these new people are coming in, but everyone has the same mindset.
Talk about your game. I mean, are you surprised at how well and how fast you've kind of gotten into the system?
Well, I can't say that it went fast. If you would have saw me during preseason, it definitely wasn't easy. It definitely wasn't something that was just a light run in the park. But it all came from my teammates, my support system with the coaches, all the way down to the trainers. Like, whenever I needed something, even if it was just a, hey, like, good job, Nay, or, you know, you got this, Nay. Like, it was always there when I needed it, and it always helped me become better and be the player that I'm supposed to be. College volleyball is a lifestyle, it's a job. High school, you're gonna have days off, you're gonna have practices after school, you know, you're gonna have free time. College, this is what you breathe. This is you wake up, you go to practice, you go to sleep, you're preparing for the next practice. You know, you're eating lunch, you're thinking about volleyball. And it's just a full-time commitment, and it's not like one of those things where like you don't like get to live outside of it. It's one of those things where you just live in it, like you live a part of it.
Talk about this sophomore class, because it's a good class, it's a big class, it's also a very talented class.
It definitely is. We are really close to each other. We went to a lot of stuff last year. We went to an amazing season together. We're really close to each other. We are family. We're definitely family. We live with each other every single day. We support each other. It's an amazing class with amazing girls right here, just like ready to be together and starting all together as freshmen and having the possibility and the opportunity to keep going together as sophomores is really, it's a really nice, I don't know, like, it's just a really nice feeling, and we're so happy to be together.
Talk about your game. You're fearless on the court. Where does that kind of come from?
I guess it's just the passion of being on the court and enjoying the moments on there. We never know how long it's gonna be, because everything can come up. So I'm just trying to put the best I can and give the best I can on the court, enjoy the moment, help the team, enjoy it myself and enjoy it with them, with the coach, and with just everyone who's willing to come and watch the games. Just give them a nice show and enjoy the show myself.
We welcome you back to Eastern Florida State College here at Orlando Health Stadium. Good night to be out supporting your Titans. Don't be shy about it. Be proud, because they're leading a 0-0. Jeff Radcliffe here, Ryan Moon. So glad to have you along wherever you happen to be. Good battle between two ranked teams, and it's certainly living up to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams are leaving it all out there tonight, and you know, both are pressing high and going toe-to-toe, and it's just what you want to see from two great sides.
Can look at some of the stats that Mike Parsons has just provided us here. Anything jump out at you? There's really, if Eastern Florida's really been, again, it's overtaken on the shots 6-1, but just the 2 on target, and the 1 for Eastern, of course. Corners 3. I mean, you would have to say that Monroe may be a little bit more aggressive in the early going, and then it evened out. Yeah,
I think so. I think Monroe have done a good job of being patient and kind of balancing their play between going short and long, and you know, they've had a couple of good chances from crosses or second balls from free kicks, and you know, they've just very calm in possession. Centre midfield have done a great job breaking pressure and being patient. But on the flip side of that, Eastern Florida have done a great job in staying organised, staying in the game, keeping a clean sheet. And then you're just working for moments, and that was exactly what they did for the goal. But yeah, I mean, you can tell as well, both teams, two top teams playing and leaving it all out there, and you can tell by the foul count that you know it's been a chippy first half, and you know I think that happens when you're both trying to press and you're both trying to win the ball high up the field. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna foul every now and then, and overall I don't think it's been reckless and a dirty game, but it's been very you know, aggressive and hard fought, and you know when you have a game like that, you're going to have fouls.
19 total fouls, 13 committed by Eastern Florida, according to what we're seeing here. Shots again, 6-1 in favor of Monroe, just 2 on target. 1-1 for Eastern Florida. We come back the second half after this on WEFS.
Talk about this team. What have you seen so far that you like?
I'm super excited about this team. I think we have a lot of potential, and we have a lot of hard workers, which is obviously super important for soccer and any sport, but I can definitely see it with these girls that I think they want it badly this year, so I'm excited. We went into last year, I think, super confident, but we had that big target on our back because the year before we natty champs, but unfortunately last year we couldn't take the dub. But this year I think we almost needed to lose last year, so this year we can really figure out how to take that and learn from it so we can win this year. Them winning the year before I came really showed me that, like, oh, this is like a great team I'd love to be a part of, and I just thought it would be a great opportunity to play with some ballers, and it's been awesome, so super glad.
I grew up here, and I had always heard really great things about this program from all of my coaches that I've had growing up throughout the years. And again, they won their national championships the year before I came, so I really wanted to stay here, and it just was kind of a perfect fit. I feel like as soon as the season ended last year, just personally with me, I felt like, you know, gotten so used to training at such a hard level every single day, so I definitely wanted to keep that up and everything coming back into the season. And I know especially everyone too that came back and returned, they felt the same exact way. So I think just with all of that, it's really set us off at a good level already. I just expect everybody to work as hard as they possibly can, you know, just to keep like our name good and everything, keep us up there. I think I just want everyone to have a positive mindset with everything, you know, take everything as it comes. My first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year of high school, I played at a local school where I live called Bayside, and I transferred to Melbourne High School for my junior and sophomore year. But my first year playing at Bayside, I don't think Bayside had scored on Melbourne in like 8 years or something, and it was one of our first games, and I ended up scoring on Melbourne, and then it was just so funny because I transferred there 2 years later.
So I wanted to stay in Florida. That was my main thing, and I wasn't ready to hang my boots up after high school, so luckily Scott and Jordan reached out to me, and I got to continue my academic and athletic career at Eastern Florida. I think we have big shoes to fill from last year, we've had so many great players come through this program, and I think I looked up to all the sophomores last year, so I'm hoping I can set the same example for our younger ones. I'm excited to see what we can do coming from last year, just how we made it to nationals again, Final Four, and then obviously didn't get the results we wanted, but I think that just makes us more hungry for this year. And the motivation, I mean, I go out to practice every day. I think everyone does, just wanting to have the best season we can. So in high school, we were 3 times district championships. There was specifically one game where I went out in like the first 5 minutes, I got my lip busted open. Ended up having to get stitches the next day, but I went in for like the last 15 minutes after all the bleeding stopped, and I scored the winning goal against Merritt Island.
All right, back on the campus of Eastern Florida State College, getting set for second half action here as the Titans lead it on the strength of a penalty in the first half by Daniela Verderossi. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. And as we mentioned, there are some good chances in the first 5-10 minutes here for the visitors.
Yeah, Monroe had a couple of good ones. Gunhar Lee here doing a great bit of work, putting the ball right on the plate. Just could have just gone back across goal, but crept wide.
How about that ball there?
Great pass into feet of Verderossi, and then he does so well. There's so much to do once he gets it at his feet, and then cool and calm and collected to tuck the penalty away as well. So brilliant stuff.
Take another look. The goal end. I mean, keeper Yamasaki guessed right, and you can see his frustration. But when it's placed that perfectly, not much you're going to do, and that's why our scoreboard looks like that.
Yeah, I think when you get that close to it, you want to be there. You've guessed the right way. You've made a good effort at it, and it's frustrating when the penalty taker just gets it perfect and you can't get to it.
We've seen in the first half the Mustangs certainly have the ability to get back in it. What's the message at halftime for them?
I think for them it will just be relaying to be confident in what they do. They know they're a good team. They know they're technical. Their game's built around playing good possession, probing different areas, and I think they'll look to just make sure that they get the ball in the right areas and then be a bit more clinical on the finish. I think they've done enough in the first half to keep knocking at the door, and so I think it'll be just more of the same, and then maybe get that final touch a little bit cleaner.
And the Titans, as you take a look at Verderossi getting some more hydration here before this second half starts.
I think they'll be looking at just making sure they stay defensively structured. Obviously, Lovelock and Wyatt at the back there will be organising and talking the whole way the second half here, and they'll be banking on trying to keep a clean sheet tonight.
What's that conversation going on like right now?
I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that one.
Right. Is it just pleasantries, or?
I think they'll be talking. There's always a little bit of chatting about the season and going over. They're both in a similar spot, and it can be stressful, it can be exciting, it can be so kind of lonely at times. So you can have a chat.
It's lonely
and
at the top.
Kind of, yeah.
Right. Could be a preview of something we see in the national tournament. And the Mustangs reigning national champs won it on this field a year ago when Eastern Florida was the host. And Adam Butler would like to be here as well and would have liked to be there.
For sure. I mean, and you can tell the respect between coaches, and they both know that they're at the top, and they'll probably see each other later, and I'm sure there'll be more conversations to come throughout the year.
Both of them have a high enough ranking. Should they just take care of business the rest of the season? Of course, Eastern Florida, just looking ahead to those 2 dates against Daytona State, that's what will decide it. And then in talking with Coach DiBernardo, they've got Harcum is a team that's in their region that could give them some problems, and if they get past that, maybe Monroe Community College and Rochester.
Yeah, it could be tricky. I mean, You know, they play such a long season, but it can come down to just 2 or 3 games overall, and how they do in those games.
Some regions are just stronger than others, and these two teams come from regions that are like that, where the team that gets out is going to do some damage in the national tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And games like this will be great practice for them in those big games. How they manage the game when it's tight, the key moments, and 1-2 goal games. Started the second half similar to the intensity of the first there with a foul already.
In case you've forgotten. Switch sides. Titans attacking the goal to our right now. Just underway, second half. Ruda. The direct path here. Yeah, some changes here from Monroe College, as we would expect. Going on the offense. So Torgeman's in there, their team leader in goal and assists, the number 9. Boy.
Come on.
He's clever at that, Aruda.
Right in front of the microphone, always love that.
It's a couple of times he's done that now, and just clever, reads the contact, draws fouls in the right areas to get out of trouble.
National tournament this year going to be held in Wichita, Kansas. As the NJCA keeps moving it around, spreading the love.
Be interesting to see this half, the link up between Kino and Torgman. Kino coming on the left here. Torgman in the number 9 slot.
Yeah, you've got Rodrigo Bacci in there now, number 77. And of course, the All-American Shotaro Kino, who will run from end line to end line on this right side.
It should be a little bit of a boost for Monroe coming off in the second half. You know, just as they were starting to tire a little bit, bringing on some freshness, and not only freshness but some real quality as well.
Again, a number of their players played the full 90 against Daytona State on this field Thursday.
And again, it's a big field, so it's not easy to do that.
One sent over the top, but you can see the danger possessed by Kino here.
Yeah, just does well to get in behind there. Still finding his feet with the quality of the final ball there, but you can see already Aruda linking up. Kino getting into that right area.
And down, couldn't spin it back towards Torgeman.
He'll be disappointed with that, but it's going to be interesting to see how much he gets in down that left side there. Morioka's got his work cut out.
Manuel Cordero also in here in this second half, the Portuguese defensive midfielder. And Eastern Florida player prone, and leads to a free kick. And clock is stopped here at 39-30 here, the second half. Emmanuel up off the mat. Adam Butler looks on.
Another opportunity here for the Titans to send the two big centre backs forward into the box. Again, we've got Lovelock, Wyatt, Nelson's coming back on. Some good size in there to attack the ball. Steinleitner as well.
Nicely delivered. But a little bit of hand play before the shot.
Just bailed him out there with the foul. So he'll be disappointed that he didn't get that on target. It just looked like a little push there right as the ball was coming in.
This is Cordero. Checks his surroundings. Square it. Left side to Bacci. Rio. Full name, Rodrigo Bacci Pereira Mera Arruda.
Lots of fluid movement by Monroe. You've got Silvestrini, you've got Kino, you've got Arruda, you've got Yamamoto, just checking into those half-space pockets. One goes in, if they don't get it, they're spinning out, getting into a new area, and then the next one checks in. It's so hard to pick up that movement. Eastern Florida doing a good job of communicating and passing players on, but it's very fluid, very smooth by Monroe.
Mustangs have been trailing. 16 minutes to go mark of the first half. Titans trying to build again. Draws another foul. That will stop it and bring out a yellow. And it goes to Lobato.
That's what Eastern Florida will be looking for, just to get into those wide areas on the counter-attack now that Monroe are chasing the game. But a little unlucky there. It looked like he may have got the ball. Hard to tell from this angle if he came through Verderossi there.
Okay, what do you make a free kick from this spot?
Well, again, it's a great opportunity for Eastern Florida to get Lovelock and Wyatt forward. Steinleiter to get in the box. Nelson in the box. Monroe have done a good job so far of dealing with the crosses, but again, it's just another chance to test the keeper, put the ball into a dangerous area. It looks to me like Eastern Florida got a few tricks up their sleeve from the training ground on some of these.
Verderossi and Amancio discussing. One's right-footed, one's left-footed. If you want the in-swinger, you probably want the right-footed, but let's see. Will be that. Headed down, bounce, but right to the hands of Yamasaki. It's a free header, just couldn't get good purchase on it.
Just not as clean as he would have wanted. Did really well to head it down into the ground, make it hard for the keeper, but just not quite as clean. You could see his frustration. I think he wanted to do a little bit better with that one.
Anybody who's played the forward position knows that feeling, or anybody who's been on a set piece and trying to hit a ball.
A great ball in as well.
Yeah, say yes to it, but sometimes it just spins off your hair or whatever.
Still got shampoo in there.
Yeah, the suds. I don't know. Keep the hair washed, I guess. Yeah, don't want to be too slick. The shampoo commercial in the offing. There's Kino. Just 5'6", but already seen the danger he possesses in either left or right boot. Ambidextrous. He's on the backside now, running free. They try to get a turn. Here he is. Lets it fly and sends it high into the night. He just lurked and then waited for the opportunity.
Yeah, just got underneath it on that one. See his eyes light up as it bounced across the box into his path. Silvestrini with the effort.
And
Just fell to him nicely. He'll have wanted to do a little bit better with that one, but again, just getting in the right positions. Again, Monroe asking questions. Silvestrini making a good run into the box, getting the shot off. Great block by Eastern Florida, and then again keeping the pressure on with Kino coming in there to just keep the pressure on at the back post.
Into the Eastern Florida bench. Let's take another look at the free kick. Moments ago.
Again, just peels off the shoulder really well, Nelson. Just pulls into that hard position to pick up for the defender, and Verderossi with a great ball to pick him out.
Titans on the move. Good challenge there. It's Lobato. And Cordero in that holding midfield. Forced to put in those challenges and clearances.
Yeah, I think between him and Lombardo, there's going to be a lot of cleaning up to do in the counter-attacking situations. Eastern Florida looking to spring out quickly and dangerously into those wide channels, and Cordero and Lombardo are going to have to be pretty stringent in getting across and putting those tackles in.
Direct for Emmanuel. Continue to give chase, use his body to shield. And goal kick.
Well done. Isaac, King in the open. Yeah, right. Yep, Isaac. You can go. You can go.
Kino. There comes some pressure by Eastern Florida.
So many new faces for Monroe. It's going to be tricky for Eastern
Yeah.
Florida to
You know what it
find
reminds
the
me
field.
of? Those friendlies that the English teams will come over, the European teams will come over in the summer, and they'll switch the entire 11 at halftime.
Yeah, line change. A bit like hockey.
Yeah. Whole new 11.
It's going to be Eastern Florida. And
Yeah.
during the first half, you start to get to know the tendencies of who you're playing against and what certain players like to do, and you get used to the play you're up against, and they're going to have to start all over again with a lot of them.
Especially if they're different types of players, too.
Exactly, yeah.
Back heel. Manuel. Cross away. Comes all the way through, giving chase. This is Morioka. Headed down in the box, but of a half bicycle, and falls in the gut of Yamasaki. And a half challenge there, and I think taking a shot was Tarassian. Not sure if that was caused by the contact with the ground or what.
Morioka there getting forward, keeping that play alive, putting a great ball into the back post. Emmanuel, again, this is the second or third header we've seen today where they just haven't quite caught it cleanly, just taking their eye off it. Taking their eye off it the last second there. They'll want to put one of these away soon.
Yeah, tried to hit a half bicycle, and then that can knock the wind out of you a little bit if you hit the wrong way. And Isaac is back up, native of Melbourne, Australia. So from Melbourne to Melbourne.
There you go.
What are the chances of that?
I think the other person I know that's done that is the old assistant coach at Eastern Florida, Nick Robinson.
Oh, okay. He's just pointing on the map. Hey, this looks like a place I can be comfortable in. Change here for the Titans as Tarassian comes off as Daiki Okada. Spent some time. Playing now his 7th appearance. 7 goals, 3 assists. As we mentioned, a lot of different Titans have found the back of the net this year.
That helps as well when you have a team. You're not just reliant on one person. Anyone can step up at the time, and having that many threats really helps to kind of take the load off a certain player or a certain couple of players.
Morioka. Turn. Emmanuel trying to get it clean to his right foot. Foul committed by Eastern Florida. Possession comes back to the Mustangs.
A little bit unlucky there. I thought he was, trying really hard not to foul in that instance, and just looked like he was putting good pressure on there. Ref felt it was a little bit too much.
Oi. Daniel came in and tried to clean it up. Good challenge. Got all ball. Contact came after that. Cuts to his left foot. Manuel. He bailed out. Finds the help. Moncio trying to slow the progress of Cordero. And the call goes against the Titans.
More good battles happening all over the field. Mancio there, just getting caught in possession, but doing a good job to put the pressure back on, not let Monroe out. Just doing a little bit too much.
Nobody's giving an inch. Long diagonal to Kino. Easily catches up to it. Hit it with either foot, remember. Comes to the center. Defense comes. Yamamoto, negative ball back all the way to halfway. Aruda. Good defensive shape by the Titans. Forcing it back again. Silvestrini. Unable to get the turn.
A bit of good play from both teams there. Monroe attacking wise. I think it was Yamamoto with a great ping out to Kino to release the pressure and get into the Titans half there. And then a bit of patience to keep the ball and try to work an opening, but Eastern Florida staying very defensively organized, making it hard for Monroe to break them down.
Half hour to go. Titans 1, Mustangs 0. Turned over. Rossi! He's got a brace. It is 2-0 Titans. How about that finish from the Italian?
Oh, he's made that out of nothing. Sharp turn, left foot. Absolutely brilliant finish right across the keeper. It's exactly where you tell him to hit it, and he's hit it on a dime. Great step and win from Steinatter. Slips it into Verda Rossi. Still tons of work to do for him, and he just finds the edge, gets his half yard, smashes a shot across the keeper. Absolutely beautiful. Well done.
Showing the quality on his 9th goal of the season to go with 7 assists. So he's got one from the spot and then one on a turn and putting it into the far corner with precision.
It's so important. I mean, in a game like this where things are so tight and chances are minimal, if you've got someone that can be clinical, and you can see here, just turns, gets half yard, hits it. I mean, it's clinical. Not a massive chance there that he's made himself, and he's just smashed it across the keeper. And Yamamoto with no chance there, low and hard in the bottom corner.
Good look.
That's the goal that Eastern Florida needed. They wanted. They had a few chances with a few headers,
which will unlock the game a little more because now Monroe may come out, press a little bit.
Just that extra little cushion will give them a bit more comfortable possession and, you know, mindset going into the rest of the game.
You know better than anybody, though. The game's going to give Monroe chances here.
Yeah, the next few minutes will be important.
They don't have to really change everything up yet. That one from distance flies wide of the target. Boy, everybody getting confident now as Amancio gave it a go, looking for his third of the season.
That's a great effort. You can see it here. He knows what he wants to do.
Oh, if he didn't slip, though.
As soon as he takes it out of his feet.
On the left peg.
Yamasaki was scrambling across the goal there.
Again, we're going to factor in, yes, the squad is heavily rotated for Monroe College, but they did play Thursday night on this field. So if legs are probably not as fresh as they would want. And if you're Adam Butler, I'm certainly rotating people in as much as possible now.
Yeah, there's still a long time to go. We've got just under 30 minutes to go. If Monroe can nick a goal here in the next 5-10 minutes, it will make the last little part of the game really interesting.
Tarassian re-enters. Long ball. Kino can't quite keep it in.
See, that's a ball they're looking for, though, to release Kino on that left side. He's obviously a guy that's got a lot of potential, a lot of threat. Morioka doing a good job keeping him in check so far.
Nicely done. Moncio. Kino. Machi. Straight up the gut, finds Marioka. No foul against Monroe. Off the mat is Steinleitner.
Taking a few of those tonight.
Right.
Game that's been very physical in the middle of the park.
It's part of his game, right?
Yeah, I think they'll enjoy it as well. You know, when you finish the game and it's been a hard game like that, especially if you can get the result, it's very rewarding.
Munich native had a big goal against Daytona State College early second half. They put Eastern Florida in the lead.
Great pressure there by Eastern Florida.
I feel that they're getting more and more confident with that lead now, as you expect.
Yeah, getting closer to the finish line, bit of adrenaline going. Bit of confidence. You can just see Monroe start to waver a little bit in the task that they've got now.
Have not conceded more than a goal in any game. In fact, they coming into this match had only conceded 2 goals the entire season. That have equaled that tonight, albeit against one of the top teams in the nation in Eastern Florida.
They've had to work for it so far. They deserve the 2 goals, but again, they got a 25 minutes here. They need to stay tight.
Yeah, now part of this is the region they're in and the teams they have available to play. Eastern Florida's got 7 of their 13 games so far this season are ranked competition. 3 of those are against Daytona State, mind you, but Monroe has to really search far and wide to get games against the ranked teams. That one stings the top of the crossbar. Nearly 3-0.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, that one. Looked like it was...
Was it a cross or a shot?
Yeah, it looked like he was probably trying to whip it across the goal there as a cross. We'll see here. Driving down the line. Just a touch from...
Yeah, I think just the one touch off.
Yeah, from Yamasaki there, just to tip it onto the bar. But put it in an area again that it causes problems. Shot or cross, it's a dangerous ball.
Boy, Emmanuel's been a handful. Ryoka overcooked that one. Ryoka fancies himself as a great ping pong player. Good, the bios that are on EFSCTitans.com. Have a guitar player as well. So you learn about the character of some of the guys, what the makeup is, some of the things they enjoy. How about that one from distance? Boy, everybody's trying to get a shot off now.
God, look close. You could tell by Yamasaki. He just watched that one go, hoping it wouldn't go in the bottom corner there. Tarossian, great whip finish there. I think he might have thought it was going in once it left his foot. Coming very open now.
Trying to ID number 43. There's no 43 on their roster, so we'll just call him number 43 from Monroe. Do have a big roster. Often though, just sometimes maybe it's a road jersey that doesn't have the matching number.
Yeah. Eastern Florida doing a really good job of just making the fielders feel as small as possible when they don't have the ball. Very compact in their shape, shifting as a unit, side to side, making it hard for Monroe, who want to find those gaps, who want to find those pockets of space. Aruda, Silvestrini want to find those little pockets in between the back four and the midfield, or, you know, side to side, and Eastern Florida doing a great job shifting quickly to stop that.
Titans concede the free kick. Big moment here, 22 minutes to play.
I think this is a good opportunity to put this right in the box. You know, test Suzuki here a little bit. He hasn't had much to do this second half. See how his focus is doing. But put a ball in that, test the back three, test the back four, test the goalkeeper.
This is going to be Felipe Aruda the whole way. The left foot. It's a little loft underneath it. Still work to do for the Titans. Silvestrini to the byline. Now Kino went off somebody's hand. Whoop. Stop it for some substitutions here.
Silvestrini's just so smooth on the ball. It's like it's stuck to his foot with glue, and just smooth and fluid in possession.
Well, Verderasi had a nice little rest on the bench, well deserved. Comes in for Mendoza.
He'll be looking to get that all-important third goal, get his hat trick for the night.
Fallinger re-entered for Monroe. Big German center back. Trying to pull all the levers here. If you're Marcus Di Bernardo. 175 wins. Played at Central Connecticut State. It's not too far from New Rochelle, depending on traffic.
Stay patient.
Bastos. Bastos on it to his left foot. Dangerous served cross. Silvestrini chases, able to catch. To that far side as we hit 20 minutes to play. 2-0 to the good for Eastern Florida. Long run of play here in the last 5 minutes or so. It's been all Mustangs. See that sometimes when you have all those substitutions.
Yeah, just a little shift in momentum. Eastern Florida had a lot of it that first part of the half. A few chances, and now Monroe just having a little purple patch here.
Square to Bastos. Lifted ahead. Dealt with by Tarasian, who's helping defensively. Ballinger. Straight up the gut. Collected. Lee.
Stay in the shape. Stay compact. Stay.
Titans now have a spell. Okada running to the right side. Will not get it because of the foul beforehand. Tarasian down on the pitch again. Card coming out of the pocket of Sam Gillespie.
Yeah, I think it was just a tactical foul as he was getting away there. Similar to the one we saw in the first half. Just Eastern Florida again on the counter-attack, looking to break away, and they'll take those fouls all day. Slow the game down a little bit now, take their time on the kick. But you can see Monroe in possession, doing a great job of finding little pockets, keep it moving, shifting it around. It's typical for a Monroe team, coached by Di Bernardino. They're going to be technical, and when you can trust players in possession and trust them with a ball into feet in the tight spaces, then you know you're in great shape. They just need to make sure that final pass, that final ball, maybe it's a few more runs getting into the box, but up until that final third, their possession's really good.
Service again, Emmanuel gets ahead to it. No problem for Yamasaki.
Again, you can see the shift in by Eastern Florida, just staying nice and compact. They're happy now to let Monroe have the ball in certain areas. And they're saying, hey, come on to us, try and break us down. We're going to stay compact, we're going to stay organized. They'll be looking to counter into those spaces that Monroe open up with in their shape.
To go, foul committed by Eastern Florida. Now a free kick in a dangerous spot upcoming.
He's had a good game tonight, Aruda. Been really dangerous on the ball. Drawn lots of fouls, lots of free kicks just because it's hard to get near him. Now he'll get an opportunity here to whip one in the box with that left foot of his. In swinging free kick. A good area here.
Ooh, that stung. Misses the target by that much.
That was not far off at all. Suzuki will be happy to see that one go wide.
Might have had it covered, but look here. Just couldn't get it to bend back enough.
Yeah, it's a good area to put it in. Just ask the questions of the keeper. Are they gonna go out to save a header, or is it gonna go straight in? Kind of got to be prepared for a flick on as well. Monroe just starting to test a little bit now the last 5-10 minutes.
Here comes the press. Boy, Suzuki had to get on it quick.
He's got a lot of energy, Aruda. Great pressure from him.
What do we got here? Referee will have a chat, yell it to the bench. Corner hour to go.
Nice composure there by Jose da Silva, captain for Monroe, just to bring the ball down out of the air, hold off pressure and keep it. Midfield general in the middle there. You can see him talking, organising. Also has the quality on the ball as well.
Here he goes now, showing why he was an All-American a year ago. Not playing the first half, again, squad being rotated. So Silvestrini seems like he's played most of the match. And the game's going to give you some chances. What do you do with them? Ground. Aruda. The captain, Thiago da Silva. Nowhere to go with it.
See what he was trying there, just trying to wrap it into the forward's feet to hold up, but didn't quite get it right.
Manuel. Not much in that possession. Rioka. Uh-oh. Turned over. Monroe on the move, just on the edge of the area. Lays it back. Silvestrini cuts to his left foot. Number 9 to the line, gets across. Keeper Suzuki got a hand to it. Torgeman showing his quality.
The Titans just got a little bit lucky there when he first broke away. Didn't quite have any options in the box, had to hold it up.
Tried to sneak it in that near post.
Just did well to find a little half yard to get a shot off. I think when he first broke, if he'd have had options and numbers in the box, he may have been able to play it a little quicker, but good awareness for him to hold it up, allow people to get in the box and make something of it.
Bastos, out swinger. Boy, one-time shot doesn't quite go. Target missed.
Titans just got to find a way now to just get a little bit of a hold in the possession game as well. They can defend a lot. It's going to take a lot of it out of them. But when they're counter-attacking, if it's fast-paced and they're transitioning all the time, you're going to need to just find a little bit of hold-up play to slow the game down.
Bowling pins flying everywhere.
Ref's getting his money's worth out of his whistle tonight.
the way to the other end. Goal kick. I'll wait some seconds here. Oy. Going to ground. Emmanuel still came away with it. Need to move this quick. Able to do so. Moriaka gets around one. Gets the head down. Puts it towards the penalty spot. Defense was there. Overran a bit by Emmanuel. Job to get the cross away. Up. Check the injury for Eastern Florida. Clock stopped at 11:01. Tarassian again.
Great to see that from Amancio there. Winning the big tackle and then pumping up his team and his crowd. See how much it means to him. It's that energy and that desire that, you know, brings a spark to the rest of the team. Just helps you get over the line.
Ryan Thomas, Peterborough, England native, trying to appeal to the referee. Big transfer from Stamford.
Titans will appreciate a little bit of breathing room here.
Right.
Just time to recoup. We've had a lot of defending the last 10, 15 minutes, so it'll be good for them now just to recoup, get a breather, talk over a couple of things.
Tiago, look at Peter Georges coming in. Tarassian will exit the field as soon as you can get up. So Australian for Australian, mate.
Come on. Keeper's going in there.
Both from Melbourne too. Tactics being talked about. Always dangerous 2-0 lead. This is not a place the Mustangs have been this year, down 2 goals.
Some say the most dangerous lead in soccer.
If it's a cliche, it's there for a reason. How about that from distance? Why not? You just have the feeling there's going to need to be some resolute defending for the Titans the rest of the way.
It's just creeping into that territory now where the Mustangs will need to get one soon to put that pressure on for the second one. Sure Eastern Florida now will take every opportunity to slow the game down. I'm sure they'll tighten things up at the back, not take too many risks. They want to keep the ball as far away from goal as possible.
Aruda stops, starts, gets away. Gomez Morera Jr. Under 10 to go. Dangerous ball. Lee was in the vicinity, got a foot to it, couldn't get purchase. Titans will try to take their time getting it down the other side here. Make a good pass, keep the ball. Emmanuel's the guy to do that. Okada. Switch, make a move on this wide pitch.
It's a good bit of
Orlando
possession.
Stadium.
Good bit of possession that Eastern Florida needed there. Just to take a sting out of the game a little bit. Give them a break from defending.
Yeah, defending wears you out more than you would think, right?
Yeah, a lot of chasing, a lot of closing down. So they'll be grateful for a bit of possession.
Head up here. Moriaka, he'll just give it a go. Maybe have more time to do something else, but
confident. He's had a good game tonight. He'll probably be a little disappointed with the outcome on that one, but again, tiredness, getting into those final third. He's been up and down all night tonight.
the line. Diogo Bastos. Not enough. Got another whistle. Stopping the clock at 8:04.
Hey, let's keep going. Whoa.
Steve Bernardo. Two-time NJCAA champion. Last year they beat Arizona Western 2-0. Back in 19 they defeated Eastern Florida State College 2-1.
Very thoughtful coach. Just you can tell from talking to him
And
how much he's
a
thinking
lot
about.
of respect for Eastern Florida's program, of course, too.
Yeah.
They both coaches said the same thing about the other.
And just talking, and he thinks about the bigger picture a lot, you know, where it's not just this one game. He's thinking about nationals, he's thinking about end of the year and rotation. And
Emmanuel picks up the loose ball to the outside. Over the line it goes, and in behind goal kick.
Verderossi just couldn't
Can't
quite
do
get
everything.
his feet sorted there. He wanted that third goal. Well-timed run, just couldn't piece it together.
Just lurking for that loose ball. Oh. Throwing in their own half for #1 Monroe.
Easton finding a good balance there, a bit of pressure. Okada there.
Call by Suzuki. Escort it back and make the pickup.
Making the most of every second.
6.5 minutes from a clean sheet against the #1 team in the country.
Bro, what's up, bro? What are you talking about? You kicked me, bro. You kicked me.
Come on, bro.
Stay center back. Watch.
At least it's friendly. Aye. Ruda. And may draw something here. 6:01.
He just saw it coming. Just puts his body there.
Yep. Steinleitner gets the yellow. Steinleitner's first yellow of the season.
Could be a sore one, that. I don't think there was a lot in it, but
I agree.
just trying to reach in and win the ball, but those ones on the top of the foot can hurt. He's had a lot of them tonight, Aruda.
Saying Aruda made a meal of it, but seems to be all right. Oh, Emmanuel, just a handful. They go outside in. Mustangs serving it across just at the penalty spot. Saw Lee try to get there. Will roll in the touch. Throw in back to Monroe College. Trail 2-0. 5.5 to play. Torgeman.
Eastern Florida, so many numbers around the ball, shifting as a unit. Just not giving Monroe any time or space in and around the box.
And just keeping Emmanuel up top for the outlet. Certainly getting in a bit more defensive posture now.
Yeah.
See this game out.
If they can get the ball up to him, they'll be looking for him to hold it up, win a free kick or a throw in.
Torgerman got a shot away off the cross, big off at the post. Torgerman, looking for his 6th goal of the season, was that close.
What an unbelievable save that was by Suzuki.
What do we got here?
Instinct save. Pure reaction save there by Suzuki.
Oh, and a player's down inside the goal. And that's Niall Lovelock.
Putting his body on the line.
Right, there's a good
Keep
center
that
back
clean
will.
sheet. You can see here, it just flicks. Reaction save from Suzuki. It's almost behind him as he claws his hand back to just keep it out.
Yeah, you
Fantastic
almost give him the
agility.
save on that, yeah?
Absolutely brilliant. Great agility, especially for a guy of his size to get down like that, claw it back out. You can see how much it meant to him as well and how much the game means to him. Where he's celebrating afterwards and punching the air. In these big games, these big college games, every play matters, every game matters. You can tell how much it means to these guys out here.
Niall, the 6'1" freshman out of Bath.
We often talk about forwards and how important they are and goals, but I mean that save right there in the moment of the game with 5 minutes to go, keeping that two goal cushion.
Right.
They're the kind of saves that win you games.
Thiago Pires back on for the Titans here. Suzuki's got that. Four minutes to play. This will easily be the biggest win of the season for Eastern Florida should they hold on in the last 4. Uh-oh. Gonna get more interesting in these last 4 minutes, Phil. And the yellow comes out. And Emmanuel gonna go into the book. And that's just his first yellow of the season. They're gonna sub liberally here in these last bits. Floats, top of the 18, Chase is on. Players converge on Pires, or on Georges rather. .336. Pires back off, and Lovelock back on, because he just got checked out after the exchange and goal.
Yeah, he'll definitely want him in at the back, keep that centre-back pair in. Bit of familiarity there.
Yeah, so important with that communication. Those two have been paired up the entire season.
Yeah, you can tell how much they talk and organise.
Cordero.
He'll want to be out there as well. See out the game, see out the clean sheet.
Titans will play again against Inspiration Academy here Monday. In all fairness, the schedule won't get difficult to get into those 2 games against Daytona State at the end of the season on the 21st and 25th. Here on the 21st, which you'll be able to watch on WEFS, and then on the 25th up in Daytona Beach. Monroe Friday will play Lancaster Elite, then on the road at CCBC Essex. Then the big in-state grudge match with Monroe Community College of Rochester. They'll play that at home in New Rochelle. Oops, ran into a wall. And now some space to operate. Kata now Emmanuel, he's offside. Too fast. Didn't release the ball quick enough.
You see those gaps opening up now as Monroe are taking a real chance
Right,
going forward.
they have to.
When you've got someone with Emmanuel's pace, directness, can really exploit that.
That's the formula now.
Yeah.
And stretching out a cramp here for Eastern Florida. .207 to go. This matchup will affect, oh, this is Wyatt. He's put a lot of effort in tonight. You know, he's going to be out there the rest of the match, but don't want to be one-footed at this moment.
I think if he's coming out, he really has to. You know, he's not the type of player that wouldn't be out there now if he didn't need to be.
If you're the Mustangs, you're testing it. A game that will certainly have an effect on next week's rankings. Play to the side, nicely done. That was Lovelock again. What a shift tonight. Rolls into Suzuki. 90 seconds to go. So earlier today, the Eastern Florida volleyball team knocked off conference rival and number 2 in the nation, Miami-Dade, in a 5-set thriller, a couple of buildings away from our location. And it looks like right now the 7th-ranked Eastern Florida men's soccer team about to knock off number 1. Not that it's a competition, but impressive. What a day for Eastern Florida athletics. Congratulations to Melito Elatiza and his ladies. 45 seconds to go. And trying to preserve the clean sheet, Kodai Suzuki. 34 seconds, they'll stop the clock, and another player down for Eastern Florida. Yeah, cramping up is happening.
Giving everything tonight, this
right,
team.
As a coach, you like that.
And Ruda there again with a great dribble and shot at the end there. He's trying everything he can to make something happen. He's been really good tonight. He's even trying to stretch the cramp out so they can have another go for 30 seconds.
Well, that's teamwork, right? Steinleitner, Evelyn, let's stretch it out. A lap there from Zach Ford. He's going to come on to see out the last couple of minutes. Yep. Another funny walk. Ryan Thomas played this whole match. From Peterborough, transfer from Stamford. Now, his favorite movie is Fast and Furious, that franchise. That describes his game a little bit,
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so now you got, well, the Raptors test the electric fences now here in the last 30 seconds with a couple of key players on that back line going off. But not a lot of time to do anything with it. It is long and far as you can here. Oh, that was good. Let's get it high in the air, waste a little more time, down to 15 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Crowd counts it down.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And this one goes to the Titans. 2-0, topping off number 1 Monroe College. Titans improved to 9-1 and will move up the rankings with a very impressive and comprehensive victory on the feet of Daniela Verderossi with the 2-goal brace and a team win. Titans 9-1 and a program-defining win, at least for this season for Eastern Florida. We'll put a green and blue bow tie on it when we come back here on WEFS.
I'm part of SCAP, which is the Space Coast Consortium Apprenticeship Program. What it is, it's an apprenticeship program to get people in the aerospace field and get experience and schooling all at the same time. So I just graduated high school this past May, and I found out about it 2 days after graduation, and my original plan was to go to Eastern Florida and just get a basic AA degree and figure out what I wanted to do from there. I always liked the idea of going into aerospace, but never was sure about engineering itself. So this was a great way to get my career started, even if I choose to go back for engineering or even if I choose to change career paths. This is a 2-year degree that is fully paid for by my company, and it is 4 years of experience in the aerospace industry where I really get to get the experience and the schooling, and if I choose to continue down this path I can, or if I choose to further my education, go somewhere else, I can also do that.
And very, very big win in this program's history and in this season for Eastern Florida. And the head coach, Adam Butler, a lot to, I'm sure, be proud of and a lot to talk about as he gets set to join us. And there he is. Well, top man tonight. Adam, congratulations. What does this win mean for your program here, knocking off a #1 team here at home?
It's great. What we set out to do and playing against good teams is kind of the objective, and to play against the best and tonight be better than them. That was, really, really happy.
Hey, Adam, congrats on the result. Obviously going in at 1-0 is, a lot of different aspects to think about going into the second half. What was the big message at halftime to deal with Monroe, obviously a team great in possession? So what was the message at halftime going into the second half?
It was to not kind of sit back and to try and keep getting after them, and we knew how important the next goal was going to be. So, that was not to sit back on our laurels.
You and I had a chat before the game a little bit, but some of these players, but Daniela Verderossi, what he means coming in as a transfer and how you land a player like that, but then how big has he been, not just this season, but tonight, my goodness.
Yeah, he's been big. It was good getting him here, and he's been getting better and better. So I think there's more to come from him. We knew he was good, and I don't even think he's at his best yet. So I'm hoping it can continue and he can keep improving and keep leading on these big wins.
And a lot of great performances tonight all over the park. What does this result mean as a team and moving forward, and motivation going into your next big games and throughout the rest of the season?
Yeah, to be honest, we circled all the big games on the calendar, and the objective was to knock them ones off one at a time, and we're doing them. We're trying to not overlook the next game, but again, to beat number one and to kind of be led by many leaders in our team tonight, it was fantastic.
Well, Adam, congratulations on this one, scoring 2 goals, and I think more impressive for a guy like you. You're going to be very happy with the resolute defending and that clean sheet that you turn against a team that had only conceded, first of all, 2 goals all year. So a comprehensive victory, and congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, not very often we've been keeping clean sheets.
Right. You'll take anyone you can get. All right, congrats.
Thanks again. Bye.
All right, see you, Adam. So the Titans, on the strength of those 2 goals, the penalty, and then the clinical finish from Daniela Verderasi, puts the Titans now at 9-1 on the season. They'll move up in the rankings next week. And boy, how important is this game coming up later this month against Daytona State, when you can win the region and then find your way back to the Nationals. Overall, big moment tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they'll get a ton of confidence from this game moving forward. The clean sheet, two goals, brilliant. They'll be moving forward with a lot of confidence.
Ryan Moon, thank you. And for our entire crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long. Titans win it 2-0. Good night, everybody.
We now join our programming in progress.